If you like the video, please subscribe Technical PCT channel and click the bell icon to get the latest videos.
Good morning, everyone. So the last week, alkyl halides, methods of preparations of alkyls from alcohols completed. First compound. From alcohols, from alkanes, from alkanes. Three methods. So from alcohols completed. So example, ethyl alcohol, C2H5OH. C2H5OH ethyl alcohol reacts with HCl in the presence of anhydrous aluminum chloride. Anhydrous aluminum chloride. So H and OH water is eliminated. It gives ethyl chloride C2H5Cl ethyl chloride. So in this reaction, catalyst anhydrous aluminum chloride is the catalyst. What is the role of aluminum chloride? It acts as a dehydrating agent. Water is the byproduct. So it is the dehydrating agent. Instead of anhydrous aluminum chloride, pyridine, dimethylamine. Pyridine means C5H5N. Dimethylamine, it is the secondary amine. CH3, NHCH3. Next, concentrated sulfuric acid is also used. H2SO4. Concentrated sulfuric acid is also used. Next, in this method, to prepare bromides and iodides. To prepare bromides and iodides, here we use. So to prepare bromide, so sulfuric acid reacts with sodium bromide, NaBr, or potassium bromide. In the presence of, here we use concentrated sulfuric acid H2SO4. Here we use concentrated sulfuric acid. So here the product formed is ethyl bromide, C2H5OH ethyl bromide, C2H5Br. Ethyl bromide is formed. So sulfuric acid acts as dehydrating agent. So here sodium bisulfate NaHSO4 and water are the byproducts. Next, to prepare iodides, ethyl iodide. So ethyl alcohol treated with potassium iodide in the presence of phosphoric acid. So in this reaction, we cannot use sulfuric acid. We use phosphoric acid, 95% of phosphoric acid. So it gives ethyl iodide, C2H5I. Ethyl iodide is obtained. So 95% of phosphoric acid is used. In this reaction, concentrated sulfuric acid cannot be used because of this sulfuric acid. If you use sulfuric acid, it acts as oxidizing agent. So it can oxidize it. It converts first potassium iodide to hydrogen iodide. So sulfuric acid converts potassium iodide to hydrogen iodide, and finally it liberates iodine. Hence, instead of concentrated sulfuric acid, here we use 95% of phosphoric acid. Next, so preparation of ethyl alcohol, preparation of ethyl chloride from ethyl alcohol, we use a mixture of concentrated HCl and anhydrous zinc chloride. So this mixture is called, the mixture of anhydrous zinc chloride and concentrated HCl is called Lucas reagent. So what is the Lucas reagent? Mixture of concentrated HCl and anhydrous zinc chloride ZnCl2. It is called Lucas reagent. And what is the name of this reaction? Preparation of ethyl chloride by using concentrated HCl and anhydrous zinc chloride. So it is called Lucas reagent. By using Lucas reagent, what is the name of the reaction? It is Gross process. Okay. So these are the methods of preparations of ethyl chloride, ethyl bromide, ethyl iodide from ethyl alcohol. It is the first one. The next one, instead of HCl or NaBr or KBr or Ki, Here we also use potassium halides. Potassium phosphorus halides. Phosphorus halides. So example, ethyl alcohol, C2H5OH ethyl alcohol, C2H5OH treated with PCl3 or treated with PCl5 or treated with bromine in red phosphorus. So next one, iodine, red phosphorus. Iodine, red phosphorus. Next one, treated with SOCl2 in the presence of pyridine. In the presence of pyridine, that is C5H5N. Here the product formed is A. Here the product formed is B. Here product formed is C. It is D. It is E. So what are A, B, C, D, E? So it is the phosphorus trichloride. So ethyl alcohol reacts with the phosphorus trichloride. So here ethyl chloride is formed C2H5Cl. So in this reaction, 3 moles of ethyl alcohol is involved. So how many moles of ethyl chloride is obtained? 3 moles. And what is the byproduct in this reaction? POH taken thrice. It is not a base, it is acid, that is a phosphorus acid. Basicity is 2, means it forms 2 types of salts. Next, so this, it is the byproduct. Next, what is B? So B is the ethyl chloride, C2H5Cl. It gives only 1 mole of ethyl chloride. And what are the byproducts? Here byproducts are POCl3 and HCl are the byproducts. POCl3 and HCl. Here major product is ethyl chloride. So instead of PBr3, if you use PBr3 or PI3, so it forms ethyl iodine, C2H5Br. So if you use iodine in red phosphorus, it gives ethyl iodine C2H5I. Okay. So here bromine reacts with the red phosphorus. Bromine reacts with the red phosphorus. So red phosphorus, it has a polymeric structure. So it forms PBr3. This PBr3 is unstable. PI unstable. Hence, we use the mixture of iodine and red phosphorus or bromine and red phosphorus. Means, so bromine in the presence of red phosphorus, iodine with red phosphorus means ethyl alcohol reacts with, considered as ethyl alcohol reacts with PBr3 and PI3. So PBr3, PI3 are less stable. Hence, we use a mixture of bromine and red phosphorus are used. So if you use bromine and red phosphorus, ethyl bromide is formed. If you use iodine and red phosphorus, ethyl iodide is formed. Okay. Next to last one. So ethyl alcohol reacts with SOCl2. What is SOCl2? What is SOCl2? So it is called sulfuryl chloride. So it is reacts with SOCl2. This reaction is also completed. So ethyl alcohol is reacts with SOCl2 in presence of pyridine. In presence of pyridine. So it is called thionyl chloride. SOCl2 is called thionyl chloride. So SO2Cl2 is sulfuryl chloride. So SOCl2 is called thionyl chloride in presence of pyridine. So here major product is ethyl chloride C2H5Cl. And what are the byproducts in this reaction? What are the byproducts in this reaction? So here sulfur dioxide and HCl are the byproducts. Sulfur dioxide and HCl are the byproducts. So HCl is acid, sulfur is a non-metal. So what is the nature of non-metal oxides? What is the nature of non-metal oxide? So non-metal oxides also having acidic in nature, metal oxides basic in nature, metalloid oxides amphoteric in nature, aluminum oxide, zinc oxide or hydroxide, these are the amphoteric oxides. So sulfur is a non-metal. So what is the nature of non-metal oxides? Acidic in nature. HCl, already it is acid. So what is the reagent here we used? In the presence of pyridine. pyridine structure C5H5N. It is heterocyclic and aromatic compound. Heterocyclic and aromatic compound. It is a pyridine. So this pyridine, due to the presence of nitrogen, it has a basic in nature like ammonia. So it is basic in nature. So this basic nature pyridine. So this basic pyridine can remove acidic impurities, sulfur dioxide and HCl. It removes, so both SO2 and HCl are removed by pyridine because sulfur dioxide is a non-metal oxide, so acidic in nature. HCl is acid. Pyridine has a basic in nature. So this pyridine can remove the acidic impurities. And in this method, so pure ethyl chloride is obtained. Among these methods, pure ethyl chloride is prepared from ethyl alcohol is treated with either PCl3 or PCl5 or SOCl2 in presence of pyridine. So in these three methods, in which method pure ethyl chloride is obtained? When the ethyl alcohol is treated with the SOCl2 in presence of pyridine, pure ethyl chloride is obtained because of reason. So here both the impurities are acidic in nature. So these acidic impurities are removed by pyridine. Hence, only ethyl chloride is left. So in this method, pure ethyl chloride is obtained. Okay. So these are the methods of preparations of ethyl chloride. These are completed in the last class, last week. So this method, the preparation of ethyl chloride by using the pyridine and ionyl chloride SOCl2. So it is called, it is also named reaction, Dahl's reaction. It is called Dahl's reaction, DARZENS, Dahl's reaction. So first one is the Gruss process. Ethyl alcohol reacts with mixture of concentrated HCl and anhydrous zinc chloride is a Gruss process. This mixture is called Lucas reagent. Named reactions and reagents are very important. Named reagents are very important. So what is Lucas reagent? A mixture of concentrated HCl and anhydrous zinc chloride is called Lucas reagent. What is the Gruss process? So preparation of ethyl chloride from ethyl alcohol by using the Lucas reagent. So ethyl chloride is obtained. Name of the reaction is Gruss process. So ethyl alcohol reacts with ionyl chloride in the presence of pyridine. So pure ethyl chloride is obtained. What is the name of this reaction? It is called Dahl's reaction. So in the last week, in the last class, so methods of preparations of ethyl chloride from ethyl alcohol completed. Okay. The next second one. So from ethyl alcohol is completed. The next from alkanes and from alkanes. From alkanes and from alkanes. So first one is completed from ethyl alcohol. Second one from alkanes. From alkanes. From alkanes. So what is the general formula of alkane? CnH2n plus 2. So example, methane, ethane, propane, these are alkanes. So up to decane or more number of carbons. So methane, ethane, propane, because of alkanes general formula CnH2n plus 2. So these are saturated hydrocarbons. Saturated hydrocarbon. Saturated hydrocarbons means tetravalency of carbon is satisfied by only single bonds. So all the carbon atoms undergo sp3 hybridization. So what are the characteristic chemical properties of alkanes? Alkanes undergo either additional reaction or substitution reaction. It is methane. So methane undergo either substitution reaction or addition reaction. So alkanes is the first topic, first compound in the first year organic. Alkane, second compound, alkyne, third compound. We know the properties of alkenes and alkynes. So alkanes means saturated hydrocarbons undergo substitution reaction. Means one of the hydrogen is replaced by another group of species are called substitution reactions. Substitution reactions. So substitution reactions are again two types. So electrophilic substitution, nucleophilic substitution, and free radical substitution. Addition reactions also three types: free radical addition, next electrophilic addition, and nucleophilic addition reaction. So it is a substitution reaction. So substitution reactions are three types. First one is the electrophilic substitution, means cation is substituted. Nucleophilic substitution means anion is substituted. Next one, free radical substitution. Free radical means it contains unpaired electron. So it is called free radical substitution. Free radical substitution. So electrophilic substitution, nucleophilic substitution, and free radical substitution. So substitution reactions are three types. So among these three types, alkanes undergo which type of substitution? Either free radical or nucleophilic or electrophilic. So alkanes undergo, characteristic properties of alkanes are free radical substitution reaction. What is the type of reaction? Free radical substitution reaction. So alkanes undergo free radical substitution reactions. Whereas the second compound, alkenes and alkynes, means alkanes and alkynes. Alkenes and alkynes are unsaturated hydrocarbons. So unsaturated means alkenes carbon-carbon containing double bond. Alkyne means carbon-carbon containing double bond. So what are the characteristic properties of unsaturated hydrocarbons? Unsaturated hydrocarbons undergo addition reaction. Unsaturated hydrocarbons undergo addition reaction. So addition reactions are also three types. First, electrophile. First, adding species is electrophile. So it is electrophilic addition. If a nucleophile is the first addition species, it is called nucleophilic. Free radical, it is called free radical addition. So alkanes and alkanes means unsaturated hydrocarbons undergo electrophilic addition reaction. Electrophilic addition reactions. So in alkanes, free radical substitution. Next one, in alkanes and alkynes means unsaturated hydrocarbons undergo electrophilic addition reactions. Electrophilic addition reaction. Next, last compound in first year, that is benzene. Benzene. So what are the characteristic properties of benzene? Means benzene easily undergo. Benzene also undergoes the substitution reaction. So one of the hydrogen is replaced by another species. So it is also substitution. So in benzene, characteristic properties of benzene, electrophilic substitution reaction. Electrophilic substitution. So in alkanes, free radical substitution. In benzene, electrophilic substitution. Next, in alkenes and alkynes means an unsaturated hydrocarbon. What are the characteristic properties? Electrophilic addition reaction. Electrophilic addition reaction means first attacking species is electrophile. Okay, right. So here, alkanes undergo. What are the characteristic properties of alkanes? Substitution reaction. Each type of substitution, free radical substitution. Okay. Example: methane reacts with chlorine. Methane reacts with chlorine. In the presence of sunlight, if you use sunlight, we know it is a chain reaction, chain initiation, chain propagation, chain termination. So chlorine molecule undergoes homolytic cleavage. Homolytic cleavage means it forms free radical. So this free radical reacts with methyl chloride. So it can form another free radical, that is methyl free radical. Anti-HCl. So this methyl free radical reacts with another chlorine molecule. So free radical reacts with a neutral molecule, another new free radical is formed. Okay. The next one is a methyl free radical reacts with chlorine molecule. So another free radical is formed here, methyl chloride. CH3Cl methyl chloride and another free radical is formed. So it is the mechanism, we know the mechanism. So methyl here hydrogens are successively replaced by chlorine. So in the first step CH3Cl is formed. In the second step dichloromethane is formed. In the third step trichloromethane is formed. In the fourth step finally carbon tetrachloride is formed. Carbon tetrachloride is formed. So in the presence of sunlight, when methane reacts with chlorine in the presence of sunlight, all the hydrogens are successively replaced by halogen. So methyl chloride, next dichloromethane, trichloromethane fluoroform, carbon tetrachloride, because of this chain reaction. But here we require only monohalogen derivative, but not polyhalogen derivative. Okay. So this method is not suitable because of this reaction, mono, di, polyhalogen derivatives are formed. So isolation of different haloalkanes are very difficult. So methyl chloride is formed. If you take a methane, methyl chloride is formed, dichloromethane is formed, chloroform is formed, carbon tetrachloride is formed. So here hydrogens are successfully replaced by Cl free radical. Hence it is called free radical substitution reaction. Hence this method is not suitable because in this method, so along with the monohalogen derivative, so di, tri, tetra means polyhalogen derivative is also formed. Hence this method is not suitable. Okay, because so isolation is very difficult. So how to prepare ethyl chloride by this method? How to prepare ethyl chloride? So to prepare ethyl chloride, we take ethane. Ethane formula CH3 single bond CH3, that is C2H6. It is ethane CH3. Next it is CH3. It is ethane. So this ethane reacts with chlorine at about 400 degrees centigrade. About 400 degrees centigrade. If we take excess of ethane, because if we take excess of ethane, then halogen is the limiting reagent. Halogen acts as a limiting reagent. Limiting reagent means in a reaction, the reactant which has a less amount, it is called limiting reagent. So product formed depends. So small amount of just 1 mole of chlorine, excess of ethyl ethane, excess of ethane. So this hydrogen is replaced by Cl. So here it gives ethyl chloride. So control the ratio of alkane and chlorine. If you take excess of ethyl ethane and less amount of chlorine, so ethyl chloride, CH3, it is CH2, Cl ethyl chloride is obtained. Okay, ethyl chloride is obtained. Next one. So it is ethyl chloride. Next one. So what is the reactivity order of? Reactivity order of CH. So this H is replaced by Cl. So what is the reactivity order? Reactivity. What is the reactivity order of CH bond with halogen? With halogen. So here tertiary is more reactive than secondary, is more reactive than primary. Tertiary means the carbon which is attached with 3 other carbons, it is tertiary. The carbon which is attached with 2 other carbons, it is secondary. So it is a primary. So tertiary carbon can form tertiary carbocation, tertiary free radical. It forms a tertiary free radical. Next one. It is the secondary free radical. It is the secondary free radical. Next one, it is the primary free radical. CH3, CH2, it is the primary free radical. It is the tertiary free radical. It is the secondary free radical. It is the primary free radical. We know the stability of free radicals and the carbocations. Tertiary free radical is more stable than secondary free radical. Is more stable than primary free radical. So it is the stability of that. So the stability of it is the stability of that. It is the stability order of free radicals. tertiary free radical is more stable than secondary free radical is more stable than primary free radical. So the stability of a free radical can be explained by hyperconjugation. 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 So the stability of a free radical can be explained by hyperconjugation. Hyperconjugation. So tertiary free radical is more stable than secondary free radical is more stable than primary free radical. Stability is based on hyperconjugation. Your number of protons, hydrogens involved in hyperconjugation. 3 plus 3 plus 3, 9. So here 3 plus 3, 6. Here only number of hydrogens involved in conjugation are 3 hyperconjugation. Here 3, here 6, here 9. So as the number of hyperconjugated structures increases, stability is also increases. So tertiary free radical is more stable than secondary free radical than primary free radical. Stability is depends on, so explained by hyperconjugation. Okay. Next, suppose benzyl and halides are given. Benzyl means it is a benzene ring. It is a benzene ring. So if it is attached with the methyl group, benzene is attached with the methyl group, it is a toluene or it is also called methyl benzene. In methyl benzene, one of the hydrogen is replaced by halogen. It is called benzyl chloride. It is called benzyl chloride. If two halogens are substituted, C6H5, C, it is H. So it is chlorine, it is chlorine, it is called benzoyl chloride. So it is called benzoyl chloride. If three hydrogens are replaced, it is called benzoyl chloride. It is called benzoyl. So it is a benzyl, it is a benzoyl. If three hydrogens are replaced, it is called benzoyl. So it is a benzyl. So it is a benzyl free radical. It is a benzyl free radical. Next one is the allyl. CH2 double bond CH. CH2, it is chloride, allyl chloride. It is considered as allyl free radical. It is allyl free radical. It is a benzyl free radical. Benzyl free radical. So among benzyl free radical, allyl free radical, tertiary free radical, secondary free radical, and primary free radical, what is the correct stability order? So allyl free radical is more stable than even tertiary free radical. Next, the stability of benzyl free radical is almost equal to allyl free radical, or slightly it is more stable. It is slightly more stable. So benzyl free radical is more stable than allyl free radical. It is more stable than tertiary, is more stable than secondary, is more stable than primary. So it is the stability order of different free radicals. So what is the stability order of different free radicals? So what is the stability order? What is the stability order? Benzyl free radical is more stable than allyl free radical. Almost stability is the same, or slightly benzyl free radical is more stable. Next allyl, next tertiary, next secondary, next primary. So it is a stability order. It is very important. So benzyl free radical is more stable than allyl free radical, or almost stability is the same. Next tertiary free radical, next secondary free radical, next primary free radical. Okay, right. If we take a hierarchy example, you take methane. Methane reacts with chlorine. So excess of methane reacts with chlorine at about 400 to 500 degrees centigrade. Here we take excess of methyl chloride. So methyl chloride is obtained. C2CH3Cl. If we take a second reaction, suppose we take ethane. Excess of ethane reacts with chlorine about 400 degrees centigrade. So one hydrogen is replaced by Cl. So ethyl chloride is obtained. Ethyl chloride. Okay, right. If you take propane, so it is a stability order. Next, if you take propane, so third one is the propane. Propane means it contains 3 carbons, CH3, CH2. Next it is CH3. So excess of propane reacts with chlorine at about 400 degrees centigrade. Mono-substituted product is formed. Monochloro-propane is formed. So here number of possible monochloro derivatives for propane. So propane has how many monochloro derivatives? CH3. It is CH2. It is CH3. Number of possible monochloro derivatives for propane. Suppose this hydrogen is replaced by chlorine. This hydrogen is replaced. It is a CH3, it is a CH2, it is a CH2Cl. Suppose this hydrogen is replaced by chlorine. Here chlorine is substituted second carbon. So it is a CH3, it is a CHCl, it is a CH3. So it is 1 chloropropane. It is 2 chloropropane. So how many compounds are possible? So if we take excess of propane, monochloro derivatives to form. Number of possible monochloro derivatives. First possibility, chlorine is substituted on first carbon. Second possibility, chlorine is also substituted on second carbon. Again it is the first carbon. So how many compounds are possible? So number of compounds are possible. Here 2 compounds are possible. 2 compounds are possible. First one, 1 chloropropane, CH3, CH2, CH2, Cl is 1 chloropropane. What is the second possibility? CH3, CHCl, it is a CH3. It is a 1 chloro, it is a 2 chloro. Common name is N-propyl chloride. What is the common name? N-propyl chloride. Here, what is the common name? This CH is attached with 2 methyl group. So, what is the common name? Isopropyl chloride. It is N-propyl chloride. Second one is isopropyl chloride. So, let it is compound A, it is compound B. A and B are each isomers. A and B are each isomers. It is N-propyl chloride. Isopropyl chloride. First option A, chain isomers. Second option A, position isomers. Chain isomers or position isomers. N-propyl, isopropyl or position isomers, but not the chain. To exhibit chain isomerism, compounds has a minimum 4 carbon atoms. It contains only 3 carbons. Write the IUPAC name. It is 1 chloropropane. It is 2 chloropropane. So change in the position of the substituent, that is chlorine substituent. So from first carbon to second is 1 chloropropane, it is 2 chloropropane. This for each isomers, chain isomers. Okay, right. Common name is N-propyl chloride and isopropyl chloride. It is 1 chloro, it is 2. Okay. In these 2 products, like in the first product, it is the second product. It is the major product. First one is the major product, or second one is the major product, or the first and the second compounds are formed in 1:1 ratio. So what is the correct answer? So in this reaction, what is the major product? In this reaction, what is the major product? First compound is the major product, or second compound is the major product, or both are formed in equal ratio, 1:1 ratio. It is correct. What is the correct answer? What is the correct answer? Okay. So, suppose chlorine is substituted on first carbon. It is the free radical. If chlorine is substituted here, it is the free radical. It is the free radical. So, what is the type of this free radical? And what is the type of this free radical? Means it is a primary or secondary. Identify which is the primary, which is the secondary or tertiary. First one is the primary free radical. It is the primary carbon. It is the secondary free radical. First one is the primary free radical. Second one, it is the secondary free radical. Secondary free radical. We know the stability of free radical. Primary free radical and secondary free radical. Which is more stable? Secondary free radical. So chlorine is substituted here. So what is the major product? 2-chloropropane is the major product. 2-chloropropane is the major product because it forms a secondary free radical. The formation of 1-chloropropane primary free radical is formed. So secondary free radical is more stable. Okay. So secondary means it is 2-chloropropane is the major product. Major product. So it is the method of preparation of ethyl chloride or alkyl chloride from alkanes. Methane. Next ethane. If you take propane, different products are formed. So it is a major product. So it is the important. Okay. Take the screenshot. Next. So by this method, can we prepare? By this method, can we prepare bromine? So alkyl bromide or alkyl iodide, it is possible or not? It is possible or not to prepare bromine or iodine. Okay, it is complete now. Next. So by this method to prepare, iodides. So by this method to prepare iodides, alkanes reacts with iodine. For example, methane. Methane reacts with iodine in presence of X. Excess of methane. We take excess of methane. Reacts with iodine in presence of X. Means here, catalyst is important. So it gives methyl iodide. So what is the X? Here X is oxidizing agents like nitric acid, or we use iodic acid, or periodic acid HiO4. So to prepare iodoalkanes, so it is possible in the presence of only oxidizing agents. These are all oxidizing agents. So oxidizing agents, it is possible in the presence of only oxidizing agents. So what are the oxidizing agents? Nitric acid, iodic acid, it is called periodic acid. So in the presence of, we use oxidizing agents like either nitric acid or iodic acid HiO3 or periodic acid HiO4. It is important. So it is possible in the presence of only oxidizing agents. Then alkyl iodides are obtained. So these are the methods of preparations of alkyl chlorides. Next one, alkyl bromides and alkyl iodides. Next. So second method is also completed. First one from alcohols, second one from alkanes. Next, third one from alkenes. What is the third one? From alkenes. From alkane. So example, we take ethylene. It is a saturated or unsaturated hydrocarbon. It is unsaturated. So what are the characteristic properties of unsaturated hydrocarbons? Addition reaction. Which type of addition? Electrophilic addition reaction. Electrophilic addition reaction. Electrophilic addition means first attacking species is the electrophile. First attacking species is electrophile. So ethylene reacts with HCl in the presence of anhydrous aluminum chloride. Anhydrous aluminum chloride. Okay. So it is ionized to H plus and Cl minus. Cl minus. It is the symmetric alkene. Symmetric alkene here. First attacking species is CH3. Suppose this pi bond ratio shifted to this side. So this carbon gets a negative charge. This carbon gets a positive partial positive charge. So H plus ion is added to this carbon. Okay, so it is the first attacking species. So here the first product formed is CH3 single bond CH. Next to it gets positive charge because of pi electron shifted to first carbon left side. So it gets a positive charge, it gets negative charge. So it gets positive charge. It's the first step. So it is a CH2 double bond CH2 reacts with HCl. So it is the intermediate carbocation. It is intermediate carbocation. Intermediate carbocation. Carbocation means carbon containing positive charge. Intermediate carbocation. So reaction takes place through formation of intermediate carbocation. In the second step, it is the first step. So in the second step, negatively charged Cl minus is added to positively charged carbon. So it gives CH3, CH2, Cl. It is the addition reaction. In the first step, H plus electrophile is involved in addition reaction. So it is called the electrophilic addition reaction. If you use HBr, ethylene reacts with hydrogen bromide. Ethylene CH2 double bond CH2 reacts with hydrogen bromide. H plus is added to one carbon, Br minus is added to another carbon. First attacking species is H plus, hence it is called electrophilic addition. Pi bond is broken, so it gives CH3, CH2, Br. It is the property of ethylene, already we learned in first year. So ethyl bromide. Okay, so it is the from alkane. Next to applications of addition reactions of alkane, it is the symmetric alkane. Suppose we take unsymmetric alkane, so different products are formed. So by using, so what is the major product? To know the major product, we use the Markovnikov rule. If we use the peroxide, it is called anti-Markovnikov rule. Okay, so in the next tomorrow's class, we are going to solve Markovnikov rule. Applications of alkenes reacts with hydrogen halides by Markovnikov rule and anti-Markovnikov rule. And next day, tomorrow, also they going to discuss Sunday paper, okay, weekend paper.